One of the most hilarious things, candies and bunnies in this video, is that most of us people are supposed to rely on our existence in this moment right now so we can function and expand in this world. But do you know what is freaking hilarious? Huh? Freaking hilarious thing is that we use so much dopamine bombs so we can function. And this is genuinely fucked up. I mean, that's kind of, you will say now it's kind of common sense that people numbing non-stop, but when you think about it, underlying mechanic, how we use it, with what intent, it looks kind of so lame because we are not connected to ourselves, okay? We are not connected to ourselves. Because if you truly have to connect to ourselves, it takes your fucking guts. And those guts are required for every single moment that we have here. I don't look in the camera, I know. Here's the camera, here's the poo-poo. You camera. I love you and I hate you. Because I see some panda with a hat here. It's better, okay? We live in a tunnel because of that. Because when you realize most of the things that I genuinely sometimes think that are fun are a way to escape yourself. And do you know why we confuse it for fun? Because it provides the burst to birth all the issues that are inside of us that needs to be processed, synthesized, and connect to ourselves. Okay, but let's see the example of the world. Do you think most people go to the wheel? I like to call it the hamster wheel, simply because if you realize most people have one system that they run their whole life, and that is job, keeping the money, spending the money in parties and useless social gatherings. I mean, if you can call it actually social gatherings, because it's not, people don't really connect in these gatherings. People go to numb ourselves. And that's a real tragedy sometimes, that it's just you gotta ask yourself in every moment if the thing that you truly do, that should occupy yourself, your being, is actually because it makes you feel like you, or is it because something rough and hard and nasty arises within you and you just want to escape it. And you know, it's not gonna be, you're not gonna get used to so smoothly and nicely, but eventually you're gonna catch up. And I was gonna talk about something else, that you know how people hide about some objectives, they hide their identity. Like, see, this guy takes so much pride in his muscles, literally his muscles. I mean, you build your whole identity about being the guy in good shape, which, you know, sounds one layer, and it's so disconnected from who you are actually. These guys are inside there insecure, okay? Like, he's got a gains, man. He's a gainy guy. He's throwing muscles, but actually inside there's much jealousy and insecurity. And you're gonna say, how is this connected? It is connected, because everything comes to the fact again that we hide from ourselves with dopamine bombs. One way or another, the ego can find, your brain can find everything in the world, so we can hide. And personally, about myself, you talk with someone that I genuinely made my best effort to stop all the habits that keep you tethered, keep you dependent on dopamine. And even then your brain is so good at finding everything for protection, okay? I thought that it's gonna make me more connected and more easy to life, so I can be the most sharpest I can be. But the truth is, even then, your baseline skyrockets. I mean, if you're someone who genuinely tries to be detoxed from all the tiny little nutsy stuff, I genuinely admire you. If you're someone that has habits like smoking cigarettes, taking drugs, and you stop it, I admire it because you know what? You gotta admire yourself so much for that, and you're gonna give yourself so much grace because people don't even try right now. I don't know. I don't even care actually how much of people smoke and have constant numbing habits. I would like to call it dopamine bombs. Is maybe the right expression that we search here, but that's what keeps us all disconnected, and that is what 90%. I don't know, but if I gotta be realistic, more than 50-60% of world's population are bored, and the worst part is that those things really bored your mind and your judgment sometimes by directly influencing what will give you the most dopamine, which ultimately leads again to the fact that more dopamine you ramp up, more your baseline goes, and those things become even more heavy because now they gotta cover all this baseline so you can hit. And when you don't hit, eventually, you know what happens? You will get to some point, we will get to some point, you, no matter who, get to some point that stuff is becoming too much, and there's no dopamine bomb, smoke bomb that you can throw at your system so you can escape that. No. Eventually everything's gonna pop up from your head like a champagne bottle, and you're gonna see it for what it is. Escaping yourself. No judgment. No judgment. Everyone will realize that, but I don't know if some of us will be alive to see that World War V will happen and will kill us all. And you know, people are disconnected where they cannot show some human understanding. Okay, cognitively they're just biased because if they gotta see something, they gotta see something like some concept, some theory of their existence. They cannot see it because they are blinded by their own issues, and therefore, when you don't want to see something, of course you will not want to see it in anybody else, and that's why you know how it goes. You know how it goes. Gossip things, shit like this. Damn. I don't structurize that videos. But so what? So what? There comes points that times start to become really heavy simply because of that. Because of the dopamine and the way we start to function because of that. And we enter some stages that even simple actions feel like it's not genuinely us. Okay? And it's something, actually, when you think about it, it's something even deeply tragic because our mind works with constant dopamine juice so we can function. We can launch to something. Doesn't matter what action, doesn't matter what mission you're gonna enter to. But it's become even really more funny when all those things combine, everything you do to numb yourself. Whoosh! This is where the real tragedy comes. Eventually everybody's gonna hit that. Keep my word, listen to my word. Everybody's gonna hit this moment when you realize that, I mean, people are subconscious about that. People are subconscious about this. Let's be real. You gotta be subconscious first so you can realize consciously what are you doing in the moment. Every time you smoke a cigarette after something, you know that you're just escaping emotion and issue. You don't smoke because the smoke has good taste, because it makes you feel like a badass, because it doesn't make you feel like a badass. Let's be real about that. That's not a Cuban cigarette. You smoke regular dirty cigarettes that make you feel like shit. Everybody, you drink alcohol? What? Telling me that you enjoy? You enjoy it every moment. I mean, see. Now, people's lives are literally based on that, okay? They're based to the next drink and to the next cigarette. And I am genuinely saddened by the fact that, actually mad, that, stop. People connect People connect to experiences like drinking alcohol. Do you know how shallow and one-lived it is? You don't connect to anything, man. And excuse me for my temper, but not excuse me. Sorry, not sorry. But that's genuinely tragedy. Okay? Tragedy. You see people going to the parties and what they are doing? They're drinking, they're gossiping, and that's it. And that's it. Till the next time. And somehow I like to believe that is connection. Excuse me, but no. I don't think so. It's not what I think, but it's what it is. It's the underlying mechanism on all those things. They're just one big X. The difference between what you're doing, it's aligned with you, and you're doing it so you can escape from that alignment eventually in the long term. It's pretty subtle, by the way. The line is a real thing because generally dopamine juice can feel like you actually doing something for you, okay? In a way, you're doing something for the ego. You get the pain, but unfortunately, as we know, I don't even need to tell you that pain just doesn't go away, okay? Pain doesn't go away, and it's all about that. It's all about what you unravel, okay? Because you unravel some dark, maybe light aspects about you. Of course you will. We do it. We will do it. You will see in what way you were limited before that. Before that, how you are limited in your thinking and your mind doesn't operate it in the most fullest way, so it can be more conscious. And eventually, yes. Even trying to capture those mechanisms and those ways that we operate our soul and energy, it's kind of when we try to translate it into human words, you cannot just say it simple as that, but we try to, because there is no other way, okay? There is no other way how you can capture that much complexity. It's hard. The words I use now, I always wonder that the words that we use are completely limited to the fact that we are exposed to so much of this life, and we can only use as much as words to some point, to some degree. Okay, but the whole point is here that that dopamine bombs is the worst weapon that we can use against pain, because it only prolongs it, it makes it worse, and it's keeping you disconnected from your nature. Okay, that's what it does the whole time. And it doesn't matter if I say that, it doesn't matter if I say this. Like, see, even some goals, even when you realize it, some goals that you set, some things to do, can be genuinely just a form of escapism again. But you know what? There is no. I don't even try to judge, because that means judging myself, and we are not judging here. We are not judging. We are simply exploring why this is, and to what leads, and to what can lead. Because if you gotta be real, that's not gonna change in a flip, okay? Like someone who smoked cigarettes for 5 years and dropped it, just saying it because I don't know. I wish people were able to do that. I wish more people were able to do that. Like, I heard before 2 years that somebody tried to stop that, but he smokes more than usual. Because, see, one thing that if we can back up our words, if we can back up our words, man, that's the best thing, actually. Because everybody can talk, but not everybody can back up his word. Oh yes, to put the heaviness behind that word. words are staying just words. It's just words. You know, words can do everything and can do nothing at the same time. But will that part of life will come for you, my friend, if you're someone like that, if you're someone who constantly running from himself. This is gonna come. This is gonna come and it's gonna hit you like a truck in the ass, in the butt. I don't care if it's sweet or no. It's only one but it will make you. It will make you. And there's something graceful about feeling everything. Okay, there's something graceful about processing and making life going through you at every moment. Yes, the darkest parts are here, but the beautiful, the lightest parts are also here. That's why it's important, okay? Another example that I'd like to give is weed, okay? That mystical plant. The whole thing was never to use it for escape. If you're someone who makes his baseline to smoking weed, you're escaping whole part of your life. Believe me, man. You're escaping reality. Escaping reality constantly. Weed is fundamentally, I believe that weed is one of the best things that exist. But the problem is how we utilize those things, okay? Because let's be real about something. Weed can connect you. Weed can give you so many benefits, but usually ends up exactly the same because the line is again so thin. Our human behaviors really get the best of the worst, if you get me.